I'm already bought into the idea of let's just build through the draft. The Chiefs are at a different spot now than they were when they traded for Frank Clark or Orlando Brown, where it feels like they just need the young talent. And it feels like the roster just needs that period. I think we saw Justina Anderson tweeting out that the Chiefs reportedly, according to her, aren't interested in Deebo. They apparently ruminated on it for a bit, but they're now focused on a draft. I buy it instead of thinking it's like, ooh, it's a smokescreen. They're gonna actually be on a Deebo, like some people said. I think I buy it just because Deebo's been available for a week, and I saw somebody make a good point. I forgot who it was, that they've still had these top 30 visits with wide receivers in the last week. Plus the fact they actually have draft capital to go up and get their guys if they wish. And it just feels like the roster is turning over a new leaf to try and retool for Mahomes' next phase on the Chiefs. I just don't think he's really in the cards for the Chiefs and where they are as a franchise right now. It feels like trading away a first round pick, especially both first round picks. That's ludicrous. Trading that away and then paying him probably less than Tyreek Hill, but still like 22, 23 mil a year for the first 3 years or so, which is how you should really grade these contracts with their guaranteed money. I just don't understand why they would do that.
Yeah, I'm with you. Deebo's a fun player, like you said, and you even tweeted, I believe it was you. He'd be fun in Kansas City to watch. Like, he is one hell of a player. He can do a lot of different stuff. Part of the reason, though, he wants out, he doesn't want to have to do a bunch of other stuff. As a wide receiver, he's still good. Like, it's not like he's a bum. He's still a really, really, really good player. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, Deebo's just a glorified running back. Like, no, he's a legitimate, very, very good receiver.
He was going blow to blow with Cooper Kupp for the first half of the year before all the 49ers running backs got injured and they switched his role. So Cooper Kupp, the man who finished with the triple crown, he was going blow to blow for him for basically half the year. You have to be a good wide receiver to do that.
Yeah, no, he's phenomenal. With that said, the Chiefs have put themselves in a good position to not give away draft picks that they don't need to give away for proven players. They've done it over the years where they have given those away. They're kind of sleeping in the bed they've made with that, where they can't always afford to fix their problems with draft picks, or I guess trading for proven players with their draft picks. They finally have a surplus almost of, they have 12 selections going into the draft. You're not going to swap those 4 7th round picks for anyone legitimate. But 6 picks in the first 3 rounds, 2 picks in each of those 1, 2, and 3. I don't think Deebo Samuel makes sense for them. In a vacuum, can the Chiefs bring in Deebo Samuel, make it work? Absolutely. It'd be phenomenal. But then you bring in the context of his injury history. Then you bring in the context of the Tyreek Hill trade. Then you bring in the context of paying him a big amount of money. I don't think he'd command like Tyreek Hill money, obviously, but like you said, 22, 23 million to be a pretty penny. I can see why people think it makes sense for the Chiefs to trade for Deebo. Personally, I just don't think it's the best move for them right now. I don't think it's the best move for them on draft night. I know every day leading up into the draft, people are going to be campaigning for it. Even on draft night, people are going to campaign for it. Heck, even on day 2, people are going to campaign for somehow the Chiefs doing it. It's one of those things I don't see happening. I know that Ian Rappaport dropped the Chiefs in the tweet. Then in the video, he didn't mention them at all. And it's one of those things where usually I'll read the tweet like, oh, the Chiefs are mentioned here. And then if they're in the video, I'll be like, okay, fine, that's cool. Like when he did the Jets, Dolphins, Tyreek Hill trade thing, and he name dropped both of them. I was like, okay, there's some legitimate smoke here. The Chiefs weren't brought up in that video at all. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to do it. Anderson's report, she's been getting a lot of scoops. I know that this isn't like a journalism podcast, but Josina does really good work. Guys, if you're following Schefter, Rappaport,
she texts the players.
Yes, she has very good connects. The players are very transparent with her, it seems. If you're following all those guys, James Palmer, Mike Garafolo, follow Josina too. I think it does make sense in a vacuum. The NFL is not a vacuum. The world's not a vacuum. Therefore, it isn't going to happen.